Hi everybody. Hope you guys had a good day. Okay, all right. I said I'd come back if I saw that they had witnesses today. They only had two. Um, the first witness was EMT paramedic Nuttall, and apparently he testified in the first trial. So there's an element that I didn't mention yet because I wasn't sure if they were gonna do it. But okay, you have to know this because it's probably going to happen again. They can use information that was gathered in the first trial because it's recorded now from before. So they can say, like, didn't you say last time XYZ? You know? Okay, so what happened is, like I said, he testified the first trial and he said that he only heard her say, I hit him twice. And this time he said that he heard her say the same thing 3 times. So once again, inconsistency there. Um, Another thing, he even knew what the John O'Keefe was wearing the first time, and he said it was a puffer coat, which is like a really bulky, with like down probably in the coat. And then he said, no, it was just a thin sweatshirt. And so first he said he was adequately dressed for the weather. Then he said it wasn't adequately dressed for the weather. So another inconsistency. So that happened a lot on his testimony. Also, another thing, and he did mention the witness mentioned this, that Alan Jackson got him to say that he was prepped 3 times in pretty quick succession for the second trial of 3 weeks ago, the second time 2 weeks ago, and then the third time was yesterday, meaning literally yesterday. So yeah, that makes me feel a little suspect on the information. Okay. Okay, so then we go to witness number 2, Carrie Roberts. And Carrie Roberts was a friend of John O'Keefe's and then she detailed how close friendship they were. Apparently, her son and his nephew were the same age, and they carpooled together and they did a lot of stuff together. But there's another part about Carrie Roberts that I have to discuss here. I remember her from the first trial because she seemed kind of very direct in her talking, and she didn't appear to be a friend of Karen's at all. And I've talked about this before. I talked about it in the first trial, but I gotta mention it again. Okay, so there's another element that might be at play here. Definitely the fact of a Boston cop protecting another cop. Okay, that's definitely a play here. Okay, but also another element is that Karen Reed and John O'Keefe, sort of, on the periphery, are considered outsiders as compared to everybody in this town circle. They all know each other by marriage or friendship for years and decades. And these poor people, John O'Keefe and Karen Reed. And the reason I say John O'Keefe is because my theory of the case has always been that there was some kind of involvement with somebody in that house, and then somebody protected the somebody in that house, which leads to the cover. Okay? But furthermore, Karen Reed was an outsider, so not in the group. So they didn't care if she was convicted or not. Okay. And Carrie Roberts is also, she said, she said somewhere, um, in quotations, okay, a quote, "Shut up, you're not helping things." When Karen Reed was hysterical because her boyfriend is sitting there or lying there, probably unalive, and her friend, her supposed friend, says what I said. I wouldn't consider that a friend, but maybe that's just me. So I had to put that in there. I do think it's interesting that she's number 2 on the witness list, and she was a lot further down on the witness list the first time. She was so far down on the witness list that I forgot she had testified until somebody said something about this girl is supposed to be her friend and she's not acting like a friend. But that was like days or even probably weeks into the first trial. So they're totally changing the order of the witnesses this time, at least on the Commonwealth side. So that's interesting. Um, okay. And then Alan Jackson is really doing a good job. And I'm not just saying this, but like Brennan, you can tell that they're trying to fit a story that, or make a story that fits the narrative they want, which is not the way you're supposed to go about this kind of thing. But you can clearly tell that's what they're doing. And I mean, we're only on witness number 2. So this is going to be a show. Okay. Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.